A female Japanese artist named Tatsuki Ryo published a book in July 1999 called The Future I Saw. It was a story of a girl who had a series of 15 prophetic dreams from 1976 to 1999. However, it was no fiction. The book was actually based on her own dreams recorded in her diary, which she used for inspiration. Of the 15 dreams she had, 13 eventually came true. The first one happened on November 24, 1976, in which she was watching the news on TV about the death of Freddie Mercury. Then, in 1981, she had a second dream about the band Queen. This time she saw a photo of the band, but Freddie Mercury was missing. He was replaced by a statue of himself. 15 years later, on November 24, 1991, the same day as her previous dreams, Freddie Mercury suddenly passed away. In another dream on August 31, 1992, Tatsuki saw a painting of a woman holding a baby with the name Diana written on it. 5 years later, on the same day, August 31, 1997, Princess Diana died in a tragic accident. On January 2, 1995, she saw in her dream the land of Kobe, Japan, had cracked open. Then, 15 days later, a devastating earthquake hit Kobe. In that year, she also dreamt of an unknown virus spreading across Japan in 2020. It would disappear and return 10 years later. Of course, COVID hit Japan 5 years later. Whether it will happen again in 2030 is yet to be seen. In the meantime, her prophetic dreams continued. On March 11, 1996, she dreamt of a catastrophe somewhere in eastern Japan in 2011. Then, on March 11, 2011, a massive magnitude 9 earthquake struck the Tohoku region of Japan, causing a tsunami, and resulting in significant damage and death toll. Tatsuki traveled to India in 1999, where she had a new prophetic dream, but it wasn't included in her book. She saw water bubbles rushing up to the surface of the ocean like boiling water. It took place somewhere in the Philippine Sea, in an area between the Philippines and Japan. She reckoned it was due to a submarine volcano. The dream ended there, and she put it aside. Then, 22 years later, on July 5, 2021, the same dream occurred again. It picked up where it left off previously. This time, she saw the rising bubbles getting far more intense. Then suddenly, the ocean floor erupted with a loud noise. It triggered a massive tsunami, roughly 100 feet high, crashing to all directions of the Pacific Ocean, impacting many countries. A quarter of Japan facing the Pacific was swallowed by the tsunami. After that, she saw the sea floor rising up to the surface, and forming new land, which seemed to be joining the Philippines, Taiwan, and Hong Kong together. She also saw a written date, July 2025. At that point, she woke up. She checked the time immediately. It was 4:18 a.m. Tatsuki was greatly distressed by what she saw. In order to warn people about this coming disaster, and give them a chance to prepare for it, she decided to publish a revised version of her previous book, The Future I Saw, and include this new dream in it. The new complete version was released in October 2021. She hoped, by doing so, it would reduce the damages and death toll caused. Despite her ability to foresee future events, Tatsuki always maintains that she is not a prophet, not a psychic, nor a channeler. She doesn't have any special paranormal power. She just records and reports what she sees in her dreams, and tries to warn people about the terrible ones. In fact, she doesn't want her dreams to come true at all, but she is unable to prevent them from happening. Will this horrific catastrophe come to pass on July 5, 2025? Time will tell.